back to the news clips that Channel 6, Channel 12 brought to you concerning these two absolutely ferocious animals.
Bring dogs or wolves at his Chesterfield County home? That's what an animal control officer wanted to know.
He asked me, what kind of dogs do you have? And I said, well, one is part wolf and part shepherd, and one's part wolf and part Malamute. And, you know, not thinking anything.
Rainey, who has raised wolf crosses since 1977, said unfortunately it's difficult to tell a Malamute from a timber wolf. He'll tell it to the judge December 19th.
I was given a summons to appear in court by the Game Commission and I'm charged with importation and possession of a wolf.
But you may ask, do the animals bark or howl?
Both. When a siren goes off, it hurts their ears and they howl. They do bark also.
Tom Rainey also says his animals don't threaten anyone. They're like my kids, he says. Ed McLaughlin, Channel 12 News.
Is there a wolf living in Midlothian or isn't there? That's a question a Chesterfield court will have to answer in 2 weeks. And as John Carlin reports, it could be a matter of life or death.
Tom Rainey is trying to keep his dog. The dog's name is Leto. The Game Commission claims Leto is a wolf and is therefore illegal to possess. Rainey says Leto is half-wolf, like his other dog, a German Shepherd-Wolf combination. It all started when Chesterfield animal control officers discovered the animal.
He said, well, let's go look at the animals, and the rest is history. Here I am. They're charging me with owning a 100% full wolf, which is not the truth at all.
Rainey says he bought Leto 2 years ago from the M&M Zoo in South Carolina. He raised her from a puppy and says he has documents which show Leto is half dog, but he can't find them. The M&M Zoo has apparently moved and Rainey can't locate them either. Both sides agree it is difficult to discern between dog and wolf without killing the animal to run tests. And Rainey's afraid the court will take Leto away and destroy her.
I know that she's not a 100% wolf. Proving that is my problem right now, and my concern is proving that and keeping her, and mainly keeping her alive.
Colonel Gerald Simmons of the Virginia Game Commission says Leto exhibits several characteristics which only show up in wolves. However, he says if Leto is taken from Rainey, she will probably be put in a zoo rather than killed. John Carlin, WTVR News 6, Richmond.
Plight of Leto the wolf dog, and as Doobie McDowell reports, today's verdict decided her fate.
For Tom Rainey, the dog days are over, or actually, just beginning. He's free to keep his pet Leto. He's contended the animal is part dog. Last month, the Game Commission cried wolf.
The problem was we could not prove that it was a purebred wolf, and that's the only case where the animal would have been either destroyed or something else would have been transferred out of the county.
Leto will be staying home. A Chesterfield County judge threw the case out of court. Rainey had put authorities in touch with the South Carolina pet farm that sold him Leto. Leto's sister was used as evidence that the animals are 30% Alaskan Malamute.
Showed them that dog and everything, and so they confirmed it back to Virginia Game Commission that she's not 100% wolf.
So what happens now? You get to keep your pet?
Yeah, I get to keep her according. I hope you can't be tried for the same thing twice and it won't cost me any more money.
Rainey says he spent more than $500 in his battle to keep Leto, proof that a man and his dog are not easily parted, even when that dog is part wolf. At the Chesterfield County Courthouse, Doobie McDowell, WTVR News 6.
Bark or howl. You'll remember our story about Leto, the pet owned by Tom Rainey. He had mentioned to an animal control officer that Leto was part wolf, part dog. The officer thought Leto might be all wolf and therefore illegal to own. But today a judge dropped the charges against Rainey.
I was ready, yeah. I had a notarized letter from a veterinarian that she was, you know, pretty much a dog, and about 500 signatures on petitions, and 2 other notarized letters, and
all kinds of books. And
has this been a sort of identity crisis for you, the dog owner or the dog?
A little of both, I guess. It's sure been a real problem for me. I'm in the middle of moving and in the middle of Christmas and everything else is, you know, so I dropped over $500 on this on this case, and you know, I'm just happy I still have her.
The charges were dropped because the state couldn't prove that Leto was 100% wolf.
Okay. There's a new pet.
Percent wolf anyway. And so a Chesterfield judge today dismissed charges against Tom Rainey's best friend, Leto. Leto, you see, is only part wolf and part dog, and that puts him on the right side of the law, which states that 100% wolves are illegal house pets.
Chesterfield County case, game wardens claimed it was his wolf. This white beauty is Leto, and though she's never harmed anyone, officials wanted owner Tom Rainey to give her up, claiming she was pure wolf. Leto and company went to court today, and after producing documentation stating Leto is only 70% wolf, 30% Alaskan Husky, Rainey won his case.
Showed them that dog and everything, and so they confirmed it back to Virginia Game Commission that she's not 100% wolf.
So what happens now? You get to keep your pet?
Yeah, I get to keep her according. I hope you can't be tried for the same thing twice and it won't cost me any more money.
Leto was purchased from a South Carolina company. Now she's on her way back home to Chesterfield.
Now, one thing I was never